me shift this so everybody can see that beautiful steel in the background there. How's everybody doing this morning? I need to shift this light a little bit so it's not in my eyes so much. That's better. That's a better. Let's see who all is popping in here this fine Saturday morning. It is Saturday, right? Yeah. Back porch, good morning. TC, good morning. Hope everybody's doing all right. Sir Dig Dug, Gordon Shinerman, Joe Parks, Rodney Mifflin. How is everybody doing? Who's running this morning? I know Midnight Runner is running. Just saw some posts from him about it. Kurt W., good morning. Flatland Hillbilly, good morning. Got some pretty cool announcements today. We'll be waiting, to give everyone a chance to come in. The Duke is in the house. Good morning. Look at that beautiful steel back there, huh? What do you think about that? Ooh. Anybody else have to sign back into Skool this morning? That happened to Winsong last night. I think it had something to do with me swapping it from free to paid, I think. Maybe. I think that might have been it. Because it was after that it happened to Winsong. Superb woke up on the right side of the dirt. It's always good. Yeah, I think it was just because I made that one change to the group, and that was last night. At least I hope that's what it was. You didn't have any problems signing back in, did you? Like it wasn't a glitchy kind of thing. Winsong also had to re-answer the questions that she didn't have to do them before, but I also, she might have got into the group before she had to answer the questions, before anyone had to, honestly. Boom, good morning. There's Jason. Have a sugar wash ready for the still, and first squash started fermenting. Nice. Had to answer the questions to get back in. Scott drank too much last night. Gordon's, okay. Yeah, it must have been that. Seems like everybody had to, so I would imagine that's what it is. Ryan did make it. Kurt, Neil, Terry. That girl don't get in trouble. Found out I do not have clipboard installed on laptop. That's wild, Scott. That's wild. You should be able to copy and paste anything on a laptop without any issue. We can talk about that later. Not a big deal though, brother. I have a suggestion to add to the questions. I'll PM you. All right, cool, sir. Jason, cool. Got about a half hour. All right. Well, that's about all we usually run anyway in the mornings. Rox, good morning. Good to see you in here. I'm super simple. Yeah, me too, Bubba. So a couple announcements. For those that may not know, that steel back there, this one, the ABV 10, built by Dustin over at DRC Stainless Works. We're giving one of those away at the end of the month. So that's pretty awesome. All you got to do is go to stillintheclear.com, make any purchase. That's an automatic entry. Purchase grains or recipe kits. That's a double entry. It's a double whammy right there. Donate $9.99 in the chat with a super chat, and that's an entry. gift 5 memberships, and that is also an entry. Mudgrip says, in awe about our rankings already. Number 30 on the whole platform. First one to pop in a hobby section. Way to go, everyone. Yeah, that was pretty, I did not expect that. I've been doing some research into why we could have climbed the charts so high, so fast. Because first of all, we're number 30, it's actually number 27 as of this morning. We climbed 2 more spots. We went to 26 when I went to bed last night, and then I got up this morning, we fell to 27. But, and that's just in the hobby category. And I've been doing some research on that, and that is out of like 30-something thousand hobby communities. So pretty wild, pretty wild. Started my first wine Monday. When should I rack it the first time? Back porch, is there fruit on it, or did you use juice? That's question number 1. I need a shot of the hair of the dog. Hell yeah. Part A. Pate. There's a heck of a fight going on in a bucket in my kitchen between some turbo yeast and some sugar. Yeah, that turbo does make it sound pretty vicious sometimes. Flatland with 5 gifted memberships and an entry. I'll put you down here, Flatland. Let me get through. Back porch says both. Okay, so what you want to do, here's what I typically do. And a lot of the old timers that I know that have been making wine a lot, if they have fruit on it, they rack it off the fruit after 7 to 10 days. So that's the first rack. And then they'll rack again after fermentation has stopped. Sir Dig Dug with another super chat. If I don't win, it'll be definitely, but buy it anyway. I'll be definitely buying it. Well, that's awesome. Let me put you down here. Oh, I'm falling behind here. There's Rodney with another 10 gifted memberships. That's 2 entries. Okay. Gifteds are working apparently. Oh, or maybe they just broke. Is it like a mash? Let it work all the way? Well, it depends on your wine, but typically wine will go all the way to like 0.995, sometimes 0.990 even. Hit the thumbs up button, peeps. Make this thing go to the moon. Hell yeah. So the other announcement, I want to make this is the first official public announcement of the new community that we're building. It's over on the Skool platform. And there's already like 40 of us over there right now. From the, from the channel membership, I invited people who wanted to join and help me kind of get the community built up and going before we announced it to everybody. And that's what we've been doing for about 3 weeks. Putting some great stuff in there. We have, as a lot of you know, we have MeWe. We have Moonshine for Beginners over on MeWe, and it is a great group. We started that group years ago, but the platform itself has always had some limitations that I wished it had, and Skool has them. So Skool basically has almost everything MeWe has, but it also has a classroom section where we can build out courses, and we have our recipe section is more than just like a file section where you have to download files. You can actually view the recipes right there, step by step. Right now, I think there may be like 20 or 30 recipes that we've already got loaded over there. We also have the ability to have a vault, what I called the vault, which is an archive of all the past issues of our newsletter, The Mash. And that's, we just sent out the 71st issue this week. And so that's a lot of issues. So if you've only been subscribed to the newsletter for, say, 6 months or a year, you've only got a few of them, and we have them all archived. Well, I say we have them all archived over there. We've got all of 2022 and most of 2023 in there now, and I will just continually to go back and add those in. And I'll be able to put courses on there where you can go through a step-by-step kind of thing, how to learn how to make wine and mead, because it's not over there. It's not just moonshine. It's mead, wine, moonshine, beer. And so we're going to have all kinds of courses over there. Also, I've put a link in the description of this live. So if you want to go check it out, just click that link. Now, we are putting a ton of work into this community, and it is a paid community, but you can check it out for free. Like, you can go in there and you can hang out for 7 days, see if you like it. And if you do like it, then you just become a member, and it's $10 a month. It's really not that much. There's also a steeply discounted annual rate. If you want to pay for an entire year, you get like 35% off or something like that. I'm not sure what that exact number is. But it is a growing community, and I think it's going to be awesome. We also have the ability over there, we will have the ability over there to go live natively within our community. So a lot different than, say, going live here on YouTube or on TikTok or whatever. We'll be able to go live just within our own community, be able to do workshops and seminars and Q&As and all of that. And once you're in the community, all the stuff that's in the community is just free. Like, there are no charges later on for the things that are in there. Like, you just have a monthly due, kind of like being a member of a union, and then everything else in it is available to you. So we're really excited about that. I'm really going to be talking about that a lot, about that new community for a while, because we're just pretty excited about it. And there's a lot of people in the chat right now that are already in there, and I think we'll attest to just how great it is over there. It's a very user-friendly platform. It just takes a couple of days really to figure out how to navigate, and then it just seems like very intuitive. So it's easy to use. You can there's a phone app for it. You can do it on your computer, laptop, phone, doesn't matter. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Let me see, did I miss any important questions or anything? Terry says Skool is the latest and greatest. It would be cool to have a lot of folks join today. That would be awesome. There's 33 people in here, and of those 33 people, I suspect the majority of them are already in there, but that's okay. That's okay. We had to announce it at some point, somewhere, and I just figured this was the best place for the first announcement. A whole new platform. Boy, you miss a lot when you work 10, 14 hours a day. You haven't really missed much, Back Porch. I mean, it's kind of been on the down low. We've talked a little bit about it in the morning lives, but Joe says rack the first time at 10:45. So she does it as a function of the gravity. Skool is cool. I rack my wine the first time when the bubbles in the airlock slows to once a minute. So Neil does it based on timing of the bubble. Okay, back all the way down here. Yes, there is a link to the Skool. It is in the description of this live. So actually, I don't know how you get to the description of the live. How would you do that? I don't know. If there's if there's anyone in here that wants to go grab an invite link over at Skool, come back and paste it into the chat, I think that would work also. Announce again at the end of the morning live. Yeah, I will. Worst kept secret, Dig Dug says. Yeah, I mean, kinda. I think Zach is getting better. I sent him a text yesterday, asked him how he was doing, and I got a 2-word response that I'm okay. So, not his usual jovial self, but he said he was okay, so. I definitely would have been better in school if it used mash math and cooking glass. Cooking class would have been a lot better. Yeah. 3 dots at the top of the screen for the Android. Okay. I don't have any dots at the top of my screen, but I think that's probably because I'm the one running the live, I would suspect. Is the Beaver still any good before I make the purchase? Josiah, or is it Hosea? Josiah, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. The Beaver has its place, and its place is, it is a good still for what you pay. A lot of people run Beavers and love them. Most people end up modifying them at some point. And I always recommend that if you're gonna get the Beaver, don't get the 3-pot, get the Lombardi, what we call the Lombardi. It's not actually called the Lombardi, but it's the pot that has the column on it that is kind of shaped like a football. That is the best one to get. It does cost a little bit more than the other ones, but not by a bunch. And you can make real good liquor on a Beaver. So don't worry about that. But the price point is really low. So you can kind of get one and see if you're into it. A lot of people do that, and they'll run that Beaver for a year or two, and they'll upgrade to a different still later. Some people just modify the crap out of their Beaver, and it just becomes a whole different kind of still where they improve different components and parts to the Beaver. So I think there's the Beaver can be a little bit, I want to say, cantankerous. Like sometimes you got to get really good at running them, and it takes a little effort. Meaning, your first couple of runs. Once you do your first couple of runs, you'll start figuring it out. But I always compare it to learning how to drive a car with a standard. So if the first car you learn how to drive on is a standard, then everything else is easy to drive after that. And that's kind of like the Beaver. Once you learn how to make liquor on the Beaver, every other still is way easier after that. How's it going, Glizzy? The Beaver has its place. That's right. Took me a minute. Love how there's hundreds of processes. Everyone does things a little different. Yeah, absolutely. Back porch. Talking about the wine, I guess. Yeah, there's so many different ways to do it, and none of them are right or wrong. Well, maybe some of them might be wrong, but you hardly ever run across somebody doing something absolutely wrong. School's like playing hack-a-sack. We all want the others to do well. No competition. Absolutely. Yeah, everybody's there to learn and help. Everybody's friendly. It's just like the MeWe as far as the culture of the community. It's just like MeWe. We just have a lot more functionality over on Skool. Lots of people started with a Beaver. Does have a learning curve, yeah. Why is who's MeWe? What is truth? Everything is going well. Glad you made it. Glad you made it. We were just talking about the most recent announcements. this is the still we're giving away this month. Well, we're giving away one just like it, not actually giving that one away. That one will be used. The ABV 10 from DRC Stainless Works. It is quite a still. So that's the still we're promoting this month, giving it away. Learning how to ferment is the fun part anyway. Yeah, it happens to be, the hard part too. Oh, in my opinion, the hardest part is getting all the fermentation stuff right. Yeah, so this is the still we're giving away, the DRC Stainless. R. McMullen with another 10 gifted memberships, and that is 2 more entries into next week's drawing for this still. Gonna try and get his name on that Distiller's Wheel of Doom and Despair. And then we're also talking about the new community that we're building over on Skool. There is a link in the description of this video if you want to go check it out. So we have been building community around distilling now for like 5 years. And so many of the folks in this community, it has become such a great community. We're just pretty good at it. And when I say we, I'm not saying I. Like, there's a lot of people involved. The community is awesome as a whole. We have a great culture, and we have shifted from our MeWe community, which will always be there and is not going anywhere. For those that prefer MeWe, it's not going anywhere. But we've added a Skool community called ABV Society, where we're also going to be talking about beer, wine, and mead, and a lot more functionality, the ability to go live, the ability to do tutorial classes inside the community, kind of like a digital course, the ability to do workshops and Q&A sessions, guest speakers, all kinds of things that we'll be doing. So be sure and go check that out. It is a paid community, but it's like $10 a month. So, just one day a week, don't go get that $12 coffee, and that pays for the community. So, but it is a paid community. We're doing a lot to it. It's going to take up a bunch of my time, and you just got to go check it out. There's a 7-day free trial, so you don't have to pay before you can see what the community's like. Just go over there, get the 7-day free trial, try it out. If you like it, stay. If you don't, no hard feelings. Dustin is in the house. Good to see you, brother. Good to see ya. So we still got your still back there in the background, Bubba. Cleaned it up a little yesterday. Hell yeah. So that is the still that Dustin is already building components for that still that we're going to give away at the end of the month. He's going to ship it straight to you, and somebody's going to win it. It might as well be one of y'all. I drink Kroger coffee. There's $12 coffee. There's $12 coffees? Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't drink them. I buy Dunkin' Donuts coffee grounds at the grocery store, and I make it here. But maybe, you can skip. What you can do is you can skip that $50 bottle of bourbon. You can come over to the group, learn how to make your own bourbon, and that pays for 5 months. Is that better for you? Didn't like the coffee analogy? Does this $12 coffee come with a few extra shots of whiskey? I mean, they can, but that's a manual edition. Have you ever used pumpkin? I have a neighbor who has a ton of pumpkins. Just curious. I have not, but who was it that did pumpkin? Was it Randy over at Steelworks and Brewing that did a pumpkin? Who can tell me that? I'm watching from the Mizzou Stadium right now. Oh, but when's the game start? Do you live in Missouri? Sorry, I wasn't working last night. Man, you don't have to apologize for not working. Don't work whenever you want. Yeah, Randy did pumpkin. That's what I was thinking. So you can go over to Steelworks and Brewing channel and find a pumpkin video there. Dutch Brothers, I get 2 coffees for me and my wife for $13. They good, and she likes them. Well, that's awesome. Got to show up to the Shine On Festival, get those extra shots of whiskey. Yeah, that's right. Family first, that's right. Uh-oh, got a little football rivalry going on here. Coming after y'all's coach after we get rid of DeBoer. I don't know. There is a coffee truck down here in Fort Smith. I don't know the name of the coffee truck, but that guy has one in there called Crack Coffee, and it's pretty amazing. I got one just because people were talking about it, and they're like, "You got to try that. You got to go try this coffee." So I did, and it's expensive. I don't remember what I paid for it. I remember it was expensive, and it was extremely good. But I'm not paying that kind of money for a drink. DRC Stainless Works, still trying to comprehend what happened. After I've had some time to think about that, Dustin, here's what I think I did. I think I may have filled this thing up a little too high. I don't think I actually puked this still, but I think I just had, because the level was like right up next to the column. And could that have been what I did wrong? I didn't give enough headspace. I wasn't thinking when I was filling it. After I thought about it a little bit, I was like, oh hell, I bet that's what it was, and I wasn't even thinking about the level and how much headspace I should put in there. Yeah, Richard does roast some good coffee. He's brought us some up here quite a bit. Lived in Puerto Rico for 4 years. Best coffee ever, and cheap. I bet it is cheap there. Old Oak and Miss Joe should run for presidency. That might bring me out of the woodwork to vote. I haven't voted in over a decade. I might come to vote for something like that. That'd be a strong ticket, as they say. What is truth? It's the Goat House in Fort Smith. What am I missing in that? Are you talking about the name of the coffee truck? Is that what you're talking about? What is truth? Bar? There's a bar in Fort Smith called the Goat House. I did not know. Still in every home and corn in every pot. Moslem Saderi, good morning. Hope I didn't butcher your name. Apologize if I did. Joe says she doesn't want to be president. VP, maybe. I wouldn't want that job either. From Iran, cool. Fermenters for all. Is Zach still under the weather today? Well, he's not coming in, but Zach is probably not going to be in the morning lives anymore. So, he's got some other responsibilities he's got to take care of. So, morning lives is probably something we're not going to see him in anyway. I did talk to him yesterday. I didn't get a response like, yeah, man, I'm much better. I'm okay. So, I think he's still under the weather a little. So, I just want to be sure and let everybody know about the new community that we're building. It is truly something special, better than the last community we built, which was also awesome, which is not going anywhere. But the Skool community, we are going to have in-community live streaming, be able to do workshops, Q&As, interviews, all inside of our own community. We've got the MASH, all the past issues of the MASH going back to 2022 or 2021, I don't even remember. So an archive of all of those. We've got so far 20 or 30 recipes that are in kind of a course format, easy to look at and read. And decipher, which I feel like is a little better than over on MeWe, where you have to download the file and look at it on your phone in a way that, I don't know, over there on Skool, it's way better. I think the community functions are better over there. There's like this little leaderboard, which is kind of fun to look at. It's kind of their way to have XP points, kind of like a video game has XP points. You can earn XP points over there. And it's just all for fun. But there's a lot going on over there, and there's a link down in the description. You need to go check it out. There's already there's like 46 of us already over there. Come check it out. It is a paid community. It's $10 a month. It's not that expensive. Or if you want to pay annually, there's like a really steep discount if you want to pay annually. But you can check it out for 7 days. Sign in, check it out for 7 days, decide if it's somewhere you want to be. I can guarantee you will look at everything that's in there and you'll go, $10 a month? Hell yeah. Because there's that much value over there. But I wanted to let everybody know that before I got off here. Also, this month, we are giving away one of these ABV tins from Dustin over at DRC Stainless. I don't know if he's still in here, brother, but thank you for doing this promotion with us. We're going to give one of those away at the end of the month. If you want to be in the drawing next week, we're drawing 5 more names. If you want to be in that drawing, go to stillindtheclear.com, make any purchase, that's one entry. Buy grains or a grain kits, that's a double entry. $9.99 super chat in the live, that is an entry. 5 gifted memberships, that is an entry. So lots of ways to enter to win that still. Go over to DRC Stainless and check it out. You can go to the website. We've got a link to his site and go check his stuff out. He does custom work. He also has a bunch of components that you can buy separately. Like if you just want one of those hurricane helmets, he'll build you one of those. If you want like a jar thumper rig or even a copper elbow with the tri-clamp fittings, you want to just get a shotgun condenser. Like he has all of that stuff a la carte or different steel setups. So go check him out. And I will see you guys today, Saturday. I will see you Monday morning. Thanks, everybody.